Hi, everybody, and welcome to Ask Us Anything this Sunday evening, July 13th, 2025. And the humidity is broken in Michigan. So it's 50% humidity right now, and the temperature is 79. So it just seems absolutely delightful out there.
That's the first time in daylight hours that we've had 79-degree temperatures. It's been 90s. And yeah, it just broke, I think, this afternoon. Well, and we're coming to you from Michigan. We returned a day or so ago from 2 weeks on the road. The shakedown cruise, if you will, of our Embassy Class C Cape Cod. Brand new model for them. I think there's only 18 of them out, and a bunch of them have been ordered. So that's been fun. And we have questions about it. We'll let you know. We shared on YouTube yesterday our experience with the Compost toilet, which Jennifer compares to
an outhouse,
a vault toilet.
Our own outhouse. If I want to be polite, I'll call it a vault toilet.
A vault toilet on wheels. But it's different, and we'll talk more about all that stuff if anybody has questions on it. But
naturally, I prefer the black tank because I didn't have to empty it.
Yeah, right. Here's the deal. When we first started, almost 15 years ago, I remember an RV, and they said, and you have to empty the black tank. And I said, what? And then they said, but we had Road Trek then. Oh, yeah, but it has a macerator. Oh, you'll like that. It's so easy. And I thought, this is the most disgusting job I've ever done. I don't want an RV if this is it. Well, we obviously got used to it. And then I would see these folks in the bigger RVs or the other RVs with the
wheeling around.
With the stinky slinkies. Yeah, and I said, that is horrible. Oh my gosh, I love my macerator. I never want to get a sticky slinky. Those things are terrible. And then we saw people with cassette toilets, and they wheeled it around,
taking it for a walk,
taking their solid waste for a walk. I said, that's horrible. And so now that we have this compost toilet, it's kind of the same thing. I think we just got to give it a little more experience, but it works pretty much as advertised. And anyway, go watch our video on YouTube.
Well, we've had meaningful conversations about how to make it work. I'll say that.
Yes, we have. And we've had lots of people do it. But anyway, let's go to use. This is Ask Us Anything. And we get a lot of people with comments and stuff. And we love to acknowledge everybody. If you have a question, type at the start of your question, all in caps, question, and that we'll be able to take those right away. Same thing if you have a comment on something we say. If you want to add or give a comment on something you hear us say, and we'll work through as many of the questions and comments as we can. Just a quick announcement to those of you who are members of rvcommunity.com. That is our private supporter group, which we have hundreds of members of that. We do at the end of Ask Us Anything at about 7:45 Eastern Daylight Time. We go over here at rvcommunity.com, and we do an Afterglow, another live stream. So RV community members, we kind of like it's a little less formal, and we don't record it, so we a little less guarded of what we say, so it can't come back.
That can be dangerous.
Yeah, but that's for community members only, and that's at 7:45. And this is for we stream this on all of our different platforms, social media platforms, YouTube, and Facebook, and X, and a bunch of more. So, all right. To your comments and your questions and your hellos. Let's start. Randy Dexter.
Hello from North Carolina. We're back from the beach, and we'll be back out RVing soon. We have to enjoy the great weather that is in our area. You do, and you need to get out there and get cool. So going to the beach is a good place to cool off.
Janice Smith.
Good evening. Thunderstorm is over and still cloudy here in Nashville area. We watched yesterday's video on your first flush.
I'd love to hear what Mike has to say about it. Janice and Mike Smith from Nashville. It's different, I'll say that. Ed Richards.
Greetings from Baton Rouge, where it is currently 85 degrees and 91% relative humidity at 5:50 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Stay hydrated, folks. That is really good advice about staying hydrated.
Let's see. I have a new thing here. I don't know if you can see this. A new weather station. I'm a bit of a weather geek. And the company sent me this to review, which I will do. Oops.
Uh-oh.
And the
Mike
humidity
just
here
loves
is
his-
43%. I can tell you that.
I asked Siri and she told me 50.
Well, it's 43%.
Well, it feels nice out there.
It does. It does.
Really
Joe
nice.
Rector.
Hello from Harbor Springs, Michigan. Our Cape Cod will be in production this month.
Well, there you go. That's what we have is the Embassy Cape Cod. That's the one we announced
So
a couple
I wonder
weeks ago.
what colors they have for the interior and
Yeah.
which toilet they got.
Yep. Well, that's great. There's a couple of Embassy people who've come and joined our community, I know, and they're probably watching this as well.
And we really
what a great
appreciate,
community that Embassy
yes,
RV
we appreciate
community is.
all the good advice they gave us.
Yeah, they've been giving us some great advice, the
Mhm.
Embassy folks, about getting used to a compost toilet. Ruthless Rat Adventure. Okay, the Ruthless Rat Adventures.
Hello from Central Kansas.
Hello, Ruthless Rat. All right. Mikey.
Good afternoon from North Georgia.
Hey, Mikey. Thanks for checking in. Road Trip Buddy.
What's for dinner? Well, we had a salad with grilled chicken on, and it was good.
And yeah, we did. It was very good. Just a perfect summer dinner.
Oh,
Carol,
you complained like crazy when I feed you that.
did I complain tonight?
No, you were happy to get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Carol Fife.
Hello from Chesterland, Ohio.
Hey, Carol. Nice to see you with us tonight. Joanne Schreiber.
Hello from Wisconsin. Oh, now I got you
Is
with
your
the
nose?
itchies.
What is
My
that?
nose is
Allergic to
itching
something?
like crazy.
Hi to
So-
Richard Rayburn. Dr.
good
Rayburn
evening.
checking in. Colleen.
Hello from Raleigh, North Carolina, home of the Tar Heels.
There you go. Hi, Colleen. Chris Mondo Biondo.
A comment. Hello, RV Lifestyle friends from Chris and Amy in Wichita, Kansas. I hope all are safe no matter where you are.
Thank you, Chris. Chris is kind of on the RVcommunity.com. Chris kind of keeps track of the RV for weather for RVers. No, weather for RVers discussion space that we have there. And he keeps everybody aware of what's going on.
Oh, you're going to be competing with them with your new weather
Yeah,
station.
my new weather station. I can tell you, it's awesome. I'm having fun with it.
Mhm.
Sue Demers.
Hello from Central Illinois.
Hey, Sue. Good to see you with us tonight. Richard Rayburn.
Since I worked as an orderly at 15, your black tank is nothing.
Yeah, that's true. You orderlies. Yeah, that's true. It is nothing, but it's something. It just takes a little getting used to. Wayne McNeil.
Hello from a wet South Central Texas.
You guys sure have had the rain. Yeah, Phyllis is on the road. She's in New Mexico. She's with us tonight, but her camera doesn't work. And she said that New Mexico's had a lot of rain. It's all green out there where it's usually kind of brown. Jimmy Land.
Hope the toilet works out for you. Otherwise, we're going to have to spend a bunch of money. I'm curious to see how realistic it is for boondocking, considering it needs to be refreshed every 3 or so days.
It's actually much more suitable to boondocking than a black tank because, you know, the waste is just in a garbage bag. What do you do with your garbage? You put it in a garbage bag. There's no odor. And, the liquids, well, what do animals do out there in the woods? So the liquids are easy to
I
dispose
can see
of.
my future with this tank. That's all I can say is no. You're going to be telling me there's a tree out there. I can just see this.
Hey, we
I can see where this is
boondocked
going.
the other night on a bison ranch, in a bison pasture, as a matter of fact. And I'm telling you, what the bisons put on the ground, our little urine bucket wouldn't hurt a thing. So, I mean, people get all upset about it, but figure what a herd of bison does to the Dan Thompson.
So do you use the macerator in staff or the regular instead of the waste?
Well, yeah, that a macerator is an option that you can get usually just on Class B RVs. I don't think the big ones. I've never seen one on like a a fifth wheel or a big trailer, towable bumper pull, or even a larger, motorhome. But in Class Bs, they're available, and they are much narrower hose, and they
Yeah, they're not very
basically
big.
grind up all the waste and send it out under pressure.
And if I called it short hose, and
Shorter hose,
it folds right up really easy back into your vehicle. It just
they really.
look
If you have a Class B, I would certainly want that.
Yes,
that's much easier to manage the waste with the macerator. Very good. Anything else a learning challenge on the embassy? Well, we have one disappointment with it. You more than me, and that's
because I'm the princess and the pea.
That is the beds. We didn't get out a tape measure. We did lay down in them, and they were reasonably comfortable.
You lay down on them for a second.
But they are shorter and considerably
28 inches wide.
They're only 28 inches wide. And what is the normal?
38.
The normal.
So 28, 38. That's a lot of inches.
The normal twin bed is 38.
38 inches, and this is 28 inches. So you've lost a lot of inches there. Because I was laying on it. I was too tired the second night, but the third night I've just been.
Now
I've
lost a little bit of weight, so it's a little easier to fit on it. But I didn't have a problem with that.
Now I would have a center bed since you lost weight, because you wouldn't be taking it off.
Right. The more problematic thing, I think, for many people is the length. The length of these things is.
I believe it's 72, but I'm not.
I think you're right. 72 inches.
And normally a bed is 78 to 80 or 75 to 80. The length.
So if you are much over 6 feet, your feet are going to be on the wall. And actually, I'm an inch or two under 6, and my feet are right on the wall when I'm with the pillow, because the pillow slides you down a little bit.
Yeah, your pillow slides you down.
I like a big pillow. So the beds are small, and if you're tall, this is not for you. And way too small.
And that lagoon table, we took it down today.
Well, that isn't a challenge. I love the lagoon tables, but you don't need it. And
it made me feel claustrophobic.
The one that we had in the bedroom, we took down, and we have it stored away. We have another one for the front if I want to work and use it as an office.
But the lagoon table, the little bed, the lagoon table, and then like when you get up, it get pushed towards me, and then I got kind of claustrophobic. I wasn't made for space flights.
I just sleep.
Yeah, you sleep. I have to have and then when you finally, the third night when I said, do something about that control panel. Oh,
the brightness of the control panel. Yeah, I finally figured that out.
I slept.
So, a lot of it's just getting used to it. And, it's a shakedown cruise. The other thing that I would probably have done, there isn't an option at this point. It might be. Embassy does not have solar. They have 920 amps of lithium batteries. And indeed, those performed exactly as Embassy said they would. We ran, in some of the hottest weather we've ever camped in, we ran the air conditioner all night long on batteries. And then in the morning, we used the inductive stove to cook. And we used a toaster. Now, we didn't run all of those at the same time, because it's only, no batteries are going to do all of those drains. But it did indeed run the battery all night long, and I was really impressed. And then to charge it, they have an extra alternator on the Embassy Cape Cod. I don't know if they do that on their Class Bs, but they do on the B+. They call it a B+. It's really a C, Cape Cod. They have an extra alternator, and when we kept the thing in, we didn't use it for 6 days, and the lithium batteries got really low. I just cranked up the engine and charged them up in half hour, and they were fine. So the battery's great, but if I'm going to look into putting solar on it, because I do think. There's so much roof space on that you could get a significant enough of a solar charge to keep those batteries topped off during the day as you use them at night. Again, we had no problems with the batteries running it at night. So that's good.
I'm reading what Joe says. They chose the gray and silver with the cloud interior. We didn't choose anything. This was like a demo. that we bought, so we didn't choose anything. But
And
I
the
can tell you
colors.
right now,
We
the
did.
colors.
We did. We chose the toilet. We chose
Oh,
the
I
compost.
get but
You
toilet.
didn't choose
But the colors,
Yeah.
you know, the gray and the cloud interior sounds really good to me because I love light interiors.
Yes. So the Lavio toilet, the verdict is out. We may just bite the bullet on the compost toilet and get a Lavio.
We had some issues with me not working it right with what we have.
Yeah.
I
And
have
it's
a
kind
learning
of
curve.
I can't go into the
Yeah,
details.
we're not going
on
into
that.
details.
But yeah, there's
You
a
took to
difference
it
between
much-
men and women. Let
You
me just
took
put
to it
that
much
out.
easier than I.
Yeah.
Than I.
And I think we're going to give it another shot or two, and then we may go with the Lavio. But so those are the changes. All right, Norm Burgess,
Howdy from Frisco, Texas.
Frisco, Texas. Hey, Norm. Audie Carter
Hello from Melbourne, Florida.
and Jeff Newman.
Where's your next trip to your house, Jeff?
Yeah, well, we're off to Elkhart, and we have
Go to Elkhart this week.
That's this week. Actually, we're taking our Montana. We're going to get a couple. I'm getting a new water heater and a couple of things for that. And then we have a Michigan tour we're going to do in our Class C, Cape Cod. I'm not going to say where it is because people always end up showing up where we are, and we're working. We're doing a video on this tour.
We don't want to be rude,
and we hate to be rude and say, "Hey, we're shooting video," and they didn't even talk to us. So, but we have a fun tour of Michigan we're going to do. It's about a 4-day tour that we think we'll probably do. And if we do a tour on the way back, it's probably another 4 days. So that's coming up over the next couple of weeks, either next week or the week after.
Yeah, we're going to be heading off to Minnesota before we know it.
Yeah, that's for our big Mississippi River tour in September. So we've got the rest of July and all of August to do some more. Steve Weisstock.
Hello from Lake Thompson State Recreation Area in South Dakota. On the way home from Bismarck, North Dakota, visiting Mom. Oh, you're a good son.
You're a good son, Steve. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Larry Valdez.
Hello from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Beautiful, 85 degrees. My wife and I just finished a 5-mile hike in Red Rock Canyon. Absolutely amazing. Good for you, Larry.
Yeah. There's a lot of Red Rock Canyons.
Yeah.
There's one near Colorado Springs.
One
There's
near
one
Vegas.
in Nevada. Yeah. And there's one, where's the other one that we found? There's another one someplace else in the area. Karen Horton.
Hello from Virginia, Karen and Stan, enjoying your videos. By the way, who doesn't have a black tank story? We sure do. Good luck with your new system.
Yeah, as I said,
everybody has their stories.
Yeah, they're all.
We could make a book.
We could.
Black
Tank Tales.
There you go.
Yeah, that could be one of Mike and Jen's story times. YouTube user, where do you put the toilet paper?
The toilet paper. There's two parts to this toilet. The
goes
toilet
in the
paper
solid waste container.
has to go in the solid waste.
Where you put solid waste, that's where you put the toilet paper. So you just drop it right in there. Chris Mondo Biondo.
Let's see. I've bought an old macerating pump.
Add-on macerating pump.
All right. Add-on macerating pump that you put on instead of the stinky slinky. And it pumps an entire black tank in less than 5 minutes. Pumps through a garden hose.
Yep, to the sewer. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just a little hose. So that's good. Gary Hammond.
Surge protector. How essential. If you don't use many
I think it is absolutely essential. And I really commend MSC RV because they include one with every RV they sell. They're the only one I know, only RV manufacturer I know that does that. I'm very impressed with that. And they have the guard dog system, I think, that they produce. It's essential. There are enough, as you get out there, many campgrounds, their infrastructure is old. The wiring is not great. The pedestals are sometimes are reverse polarity. They have voltage issues. And you need a surge protector, not just to protect you against power surges and brownouts and all that stuff, but also to diagnose that that pedestal is performing right. So you get the wrong current from a campground pedestal, it can fry all the circuits in your RV. It can ruin your appliances. So you should all have one. It should come as Embassy makes it standard on their RVs. And I applaud them for that. That's great. I didn't finish my story about solar. So I would put some solar in as well. I really like the way the alternators charge that thing. I love the 920, but I really think some solar would be perfect. We bought this. This is our second RV. You know, we have our main RV is the fifth wheel, the Montana fifth wheel. That's what we use for our long-term trips. This is for boondocking and shorter trips that aren't necessarily that are more back roads, and we want to do more boondocking with it. And it's a little harder to do boondocking towing a big fifth wheel.
And I'm very comfortable driving this.
Yes, Jennifer. Hard to get her back from behind the wheel there. Everybody saw your big smile the other day. Steve Windley Sr.
Packing up tomorrow and passing by your condo. Tuesday on our way to Jacksonville to celebrate my granddaughter's wedding via the scenic route down Highway 98.
Yes, much better than I-10, as you say. Well, enjoy it. Yep. We had just a wonderful time at the condo. Wendy from our team here, our RV Lifestyle too. Wendy was there with her family, and we really enjoyed chilling out with them.
We had a very good time.
Yep. It was good. It was hot. It's hot down there. Colleen.
I just learned that there is not truly a class B+. When you speak of class B+, it's truly a class C.
Didn't I just say that
I said ago? I'm done with B+.
5 minutes ago, I said that. Didn't I say that?
I am done saying B+.
Yes.
You got a B and you got a C.
I am too. It's a fake. Dean from Leisure Travel Van made this term up 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 12 years ago.
And we love
Dean.
He
made it up. Dean's one of my favorite people.
Yes, he is one of our favorite people.
Straight shooter. I guess great videos.
He is awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome. But he made it up. And you ask him, he'll tell you. It's not, if anything, it should be called a C-, because a classic class C has that cab over, that big cab over, where they have usually a bunk up there. And these don't, the so-called B+ don't have that. So they call it B+ because it's a little larger. They're usually 25 feet longer. And most Bs, so there are some Bs on the extended Sprinter chassis and some of the Transit chassis that are that long, but these are on a cutaway chassis. These so-called B+.
And I
don't call them a B+. They're a class C. That's what they're titled as. That's what their insurance is. There's no such thing as a B+.
For me, a B+ means it's not so boxy looking.
No,
it's not a box. It's more. It's more
ours
sleek.
Is a box.
Ours is a C.
Yes, it is a C. Now I say that. I mean, we're at 100% accurate, and we will get people who are vicious. Say there is too a B+. That's what it says right on the sales sticker, and they advertise it as a B+. You don't know what you're talking about. So I'm not going to argue with you, but we're not going to call them B+ anymore. We're going to call them just what they are, Class C.
Yeah, check your insurance papers.
Yep. Peter Hicks.
Hey guys, Texas travel nurse here in Tennessee. Have y'all been to any of the RV parks in or around Gatlinburg, Tennessee? And what would you recommend?
See what people tell you. We're not a big Gatlinburg fan.
I'd love to go there.
We've gone through there. We do like, our favorite place to stay there is through Gatlinburg, through the park in Cherokee. Cherokee is technically in North Carolina, but it's right on the border. And it's right on the edge of the Smoky Mountains National Park. So we stay at Cherokee, and then I think it's the Cherokee RV Park is the one we always stay at. Gatlinburg is just too much congestion for
it. Is taste. Very busy.
Yeah. So I'd urge you to look in Cherokee, North Carolina.
But it's a happening. What are you looking for?
Yeah, it's the same. You're not that far. Cassia M. Parano.
And a 65-year-old woman with 2 dogs, one of whom is almost about 100 pounds.
Whoa.
I thought about buying a Sprinter, but now I realize I want a small
Class C.
So
Very
hopefully
good,
under
Phyllis.
30 feet.
Under 30 feet.
Recommendations.
You know, there are 100 of them out there. Go look at our videos on YouTube. We just tested out a whole bunch of them. We have a whole group of Class C reviews and the alleged B plus reviews. You can see our reviews on the Cape Cod that we have. You probably want a traditional Class C, 100-pound dog.
We
I'll
don't
tell
know how
you,
big the
with
second
the
dog
two
is.
of us, now we don't have a slide on our Class C. The one we have does not have a slide. Others do, and that gives you a little bit more room. But
The slides are nice with the two
two
dogs.
people and Bo, who weighs 70 pounds, it's pretty darn crowded in there. In fact, it's miserably crowded. You know, he takes up a lot of space.
When he sprawls out, which he likes to do, there is no place to walk.
Yeah, and so I guess if it's you and a 100-pound dog and another dog, it's probably the same thing, and you're going to find it's pretty crowded.
Now, are the dogs young enough that they'll jump up on a bed?
Yeah.
Or are they on
yeah.
the floor to sleep? Because in Bo's youth,
Yeah.
he fought Mike for a bed.
Somebody says an Echo looks interesting. Echo is a lot like our Cape Cod. Echo was actually our second choice if we didn't get the Cape Cod when we looked at it. It's nice, but I think you want one with the slide. I would recommend with a 100-pound dog and another dog and you. And then I don't know how much camping you're going to do. You're going to be full time. You're going to be, long term, months at a time, a couple of weeks out, weekends and holidays. It all depends on your use. You have a lot of research you got to do. So start watching all those video reviews and go to RV shows. If you subscribe to our RV Lifestyle newsletter, every Monday we send a list of all the RV shows around the country, and pick one that you can go to and go look and try out as many as you can. That's our quick little guess or tip on how to find your RV. Peter Hicks.
Do you foresee the RV builders and sellers getting some rules and regulations from government since there has been so many complaints?
No, there've been
I hope
complaints
not.
forever. They don't need any more government regulations.
I hope not. They
The
just,
government just makes things worse.
Word of mouth and trying to.
Yeah.
I mean, they try.
Yeah, they do. I can't.
I mean, the people are so nice that built these. When we go to Elkhart,
yeah.
It's the heartland. These are the nicest people.
We do, and we've been in dozens of factories, I would say, over our years. We've watched all these things built, and nobody wants to build junk. Yeah, they make mistakes, and there's issues with. We've reported all this stuff, so I'm not going to rehash all that stuff. But we don't need more government stuff. The government never makes anything better. You all know that.
There's one problem that I know of. Some of the workers, and like marijuana, or just too many drugs.
It's
you
true
go
of
to work,
any
industry out there.
People who
I don't know if you want to regulate something.
Yeah.
How do you drug test your worker? I mean,
I think
there's other things.
Well, another big problem with Elkhart is these factories are old and there's no air conditioning other than if they have built a new one, like Brinkley has built brand new air conditioned factories. Most are not air conditioned. So as a result, they start very early in the morning, 5:30 or so, 6 o'clock. The shift starts.
Even 4 o'clock. They can
some of them,
start.
yeah, and they're done early, but they're also paid on a piece rate. In other words, you have to do so many units or whatever your task is, and if you finish early, if you work really fast and efficiently and finish early, you can go home. So there are people who are out of there at 10:30 in the morning. Many of them have second jobs that they go to at that time. That is a big problem. And there's been ample documentation, and it's an open secret that there are people who just rush through to get their work done as soon as they can so they can be done. I think you should change things around a little bit. And that piece rate, which they love, the workers love it. So the factories are kind of stuck saying it, because if they don't pay them, somebody else will pay them that way. But that's, to me, and to many people who are not afraid to point out obvious problems in the manufacturing process, I think that causes a lot of the issues. Everybody gets mad at me in the industry. That's why that's why, like on our RV community, that's why we have our RV. There's no ads there, and we kind of try and tell it as it is. Helen Newsom.
So Helen just replaced her Dometic
AC with the Eco Cool Green, probably meant to be. They don't have to yell at each other. Yeah, those Dometic ACs. Dometic was the standard for a long time, and they're just so noisy.
It's so nice that there are quiet ACs out there now.
And then in Dometic, when they started up, they had that big power spike too, and you can buy soft starts editions, but the new ones, there's so many new ones now.
We remember those days.
Yeah.
And I mean, just like something simple like our refrigerator, there's just this little latch that swings around, and it's just like, duh.
Yeah, little things they put. But yeah, air conditioning have gotten better. We noticed on the Cape Cod, we've had it on the entire time we were camping over the past 2 weeks, and you didn't even hear it, and it's so efficient.
So nice.
Yeah. Deborah Beck.
We're camping in beautiful
Westmoreland State Park in Montrose, Virginia.
Sounds like a beautiful place to be. I bet it is beautiful.
I should also say that the air conditioners that we have we have 2 of them in our Montana fifth wheel, and they are really quiet. That's the Coleman Mach 2. We have one in the bedroom and one in the living area, and you don't even hear those.
And what's so nice about having the 2? If you were hooked up to 30, you only run one.
Yeah.
So you can be hooked up to a 30.
If you're hooked up to a 50, you run both of them. Yeah. So air conditioning has gotten a lot better.
Much better.
And a big part of that, getting rid of those old Dometics. Eric Greiner.
Hello from Newburgh, New York. Just joined. We're busy packing for Maine in the morning. I'm jealous. Maine is a beautiful state. But have a beautiful drive.
Yeah.
And New York, pretty state.
Such a great state. Hi, Peter Hicks.
Thank you so much. Thank you both so much for what you do. Your knowledge that you've brought to us is greatly appreciated. Well, we appreciate you, Peter.
And we're learning every single day.
Especially
when you get a new RV, you learn a whole lot really quick.
We appreciate everybody telling us, how to work things and what we got.
In the new, it is kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
To not know,
not to
know it all, but I mean,
reinvent the wheel.
We're going to do a couple more questions. We've got time for another 5 minutes or so. But just a reminder to those of you who are members of RVcommunity.com, we do an Afterglow live stream right after that. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys all over there. And that goes on at 7:45. So, and if you guys haven't joined it, go check it out. Just go to RVcommunity.com and you'll learn all about it. We'd love to have you guys be a part of that community. Linda L.
Your air conditioner runs on your battery power, ? Do you have a soft start on your AC?
We do. I think that is almost all the new RVs out there with air conditioners. New air conditioners have a soft start. So, and soft start, if you all don't know what that is, when an air conditioner starts off, the fan runs and you hear the fan, but then the compressor, which is what makes the air cool, kind of, and it's a big, when that thing first starts, there's a huge energy spike, and then it runs and it's easier. So a soft start kind of modulates or regulates that spike, so it isn't quite such a large energy drain. And it's pretty standard on most new RVs now. And there are soft start add-ons that you can buy. A couple of them that you can we have one. It's on our partner page at rvlifestyle.com. Where you can put it into the pedestal and then plug in, and it will soft start your AC that way. So, all right.
It looks like we're going to be winding down.
Let's see. We've got a question from somebody.
Okay. Sorry, I tuned in late, but I didn't get a detailed answer about your new compost toilet. Did it separate things okay or make a mess? Well, I had a mess to clean up. You never got into details.
Yes, we did.
We're going to spare you those
people
details.
Said it. We did. We did like a 20-minute video.
Well, he said he turned in late. So, we're learning how to work this toilet.
There
You
is
know?
no, let me get there. There's no odor except when you empty it.
But people told you how to deal with
yeah,
that.
and really surprisingly, there's no odor in the solid waste. This is a disgusting conversation, but people want to know. The solid waste, has like a fan, very small energy drain, doesn't do anything to the batteries. That kind of dehydrates the solid waste, so there's no odor. And then the liquids. The only time I noticed an odor is when I emptied it, and you emptied it in a toilet, and you just flush it. And the way to people just told me you put a little pine sol in it, or you put a little bit of liquid black tank stuff in there, just a tablespoon or so, and it removes any of the outer odor. So we're learning this stuff. That stuff isn't in the manual, and other people are telling us that. But yes, there is a mess. There's a little. Who'd think you have to say there's a learning curve to using a toilet, but there is a little one, and we're going to try it a little while more. Denny Holm.
There we go.
Just set up
Debbie.
a camper. Big Woods State Park in Nurstand, Minnesota, camping in my teardrop Clipper. My home is for sale, staying close to home since my house is empty. Wow, Denny, that's a big move. Debbie, I said Denny. Debbie, that's a big move. Now, are you going to full-time in a teardrop? Lots of talk about room. I'll be interested to see what your plans are with that. Okay, we've got to jump out of here and get ready to go over to rvcommunity.com, where we'll pick up from an afterglow. And thank you, guys. We will be back again next Sunday night. We'll have another review over the last 2 weeks of our shakedown crew to some of the things I talked about tonight that we've learned about the batteries and the beds and where we put things and how it is. And we'll kind of walk you through. Plus, we'll show you a couple of cool places that we stayed in this thing.
Well, it was so funny because the beds, they were so kind as to give us a sheet, a bottom sheet that fit the mattress, and then a top sheet. Well, the top sheet, there wasn't any room for a body, because, and so it fit perfect, the mattress. So I laughed so hard because the top sheet, you had it wrapped around your neck.
Tied up and yeah. So
I
need
so
a bigger
hard.
sheet.
Yeah, we got to get him a bigger sheet because I thought he was going to lynch himself on that sheet. And so that was the second night. And then the third night, the sheet incident happened to me.
The third night, I knew all about the sheet problem. So
I tucked it in good for you.
Yeah, it was tucked in really nice, and it was great. But the Princess and the Pea was. I looked at you had the sheet everywhere. It was all tied up.
Everywhere but where it was supposed to be.
In fact, we're going to try, even though they're going to be a little big for it. Wendy, if you're watching this tonight, because you have our Bettys.
We gave you our Bettys.
Don't get rid of them.
We're going to try.
We're going to try and see how those Bettys work.
Way too big, but I think we're going to try the Bettys and put them on that mattress. And
let's see how that works.
See if that works at all.
This is kind of half the fun of a new RV, really.
Yeah, you got to figure it out.
Now, we came home yesterday and we cleaned it out as we always did, and didn't we enjoyed it?
Yeah, and what I really liked is I had the lights on because every time I've been in that thing,
it's been dark.
It's been black, and I'm like this. I'm calling this the cave. I don't know. You won't let me call it the Mike Mobile or the Mike Cave or whatever. But
you can't call it that. And the other thing, you want to call it our portable vault toilet. You can't call it that easy. If you can't say anything nice about it, don't say anything.
But I finally had light in there, and I was just like, I've been.
We gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
That reminded me of leaving open that secret thing.
All right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You almost killed yourself.
You almost killed me. Yes.
Okay, guys, for you that get in the Cape Cod, that secret thing.
When you get in the rear bed of this, there's a secret hatch you open on the floor.
Well, I thought that might be a good place to store shoes.
That has lots of room. And that's the fact we did store our shoes there.
Yeah, and then I opened it up and just about passed out because it was like
one of my shoes. Yeah, my shoes don't. So she left it open
to air out.
And I walked in it, and I walked in the thing. Whoa! I thought I broke through the floor. Anyway, we got to get out of here.
Lucky you're alive.
thank you guys for watching. And for all of you who had questions, I hope we answered most of them, and we'll do some more in the reviews. And it's been fun. It really has been fun, and we're enjoying the boondocking.
Keeps us sharp.
We had
reading these
visited a
reviews.
couple really cool places. This bison farm that we visited, we'll have a
It was
video on
fun.
that. You'll like
Got
it.
grandkids, you're going to want to go there.
So you all have a great week. More videos coming up Saturday, and then don't forget the podcast on Wednesday. Thanks for watching.
Happy trails.
Bye-bye.